This is Conscious Reconstruction. This is like my 5th intro, so we hear y'all. We hear y'all. Just know that we here.
Look at him. Nothing but a little adversity to get this nigga hype.
I just understand it. I don't understand. I just understand. This just been my weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just stupid shit.
Damn.
She went shopping. She been tired because of shopping. I don't like my job. I'm gonna go to a new job. That's what y'all missed. And the first part of this, I didn't get recorded somehow.
Oh no, I quit. I had a pretty good weekend. I had a pretty good, exciting weekend. I said I wasn't tired because I stopped that.
Yeah, that's what I was telling them.
Oh, okay.
Hey, you don't do that no more.
Yeah, I don't do it anymore. But
you was shopping, but you don't shop no more. That was yeah.
No.
I was just catching them up on what they missed.
It was pretty fun.
That was good. What you do?
Pretty fun weekend. We filmed at 2 events. Me and Matthew filmed at 2 events. We went down to go film at the World Oddities Expo. But then I get down there, the road's blocked off. I'm like, what the fuck going on? What's going the Pride Parade? I was like, oh. Call him like, hey, you gonna have to park. Because, you know, in my head, I'm thinking, where am I gonna park at? Or I'll park near the convention center because it's the weekend. Shouldn't be too much traffic. Obviously, I can't because it's blocked off. I'm like, I don't know, whatever. So you get down there, and I'm like, hey, what's going on out here today? He was like, what the fuck are you going? He was like, it's a Pride Parade? I'm like, no, I don't think it's a Pride Parade. Then I saw a little pride flag on a dog. I was like, oh, yeah, it's the Pride Parade. Well, she's like, we gotta record that. I'm like,
June is Pride Month.
Yeah. So, we get down there. She's like, we gotta record that. I said, man, I'm doing fucking signing for this shit. But we had a good time. We interviewed some people. Got some pretty crazy footage. Then we went to the Oddities Expo, which was super fun. Could not stay there too that long because to go take care of my daughter, make sure she was cool, do her hair, so then we can go to Monster Jam, which was fun. As Riley was like, I want to go see Monster Jam. I'm like, what? You want to go see, huh? You want to go see Monster Truck? She's like, yeah. So it was me, her, and my brother, and we did that. And we watched Monster Trucks.
Crush cars, they're pretty fun.
They don't crush cars. They compete. They got the race where they go around a little circle. Whoever beat them, they play.
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of competitions.
Yeah, I didn't know that. I thought it was like wrestling. Like where they
fight too.
I've never seen that.
They didn't fight?
No, they didn't fight.
Oh, they just raced?
They just competed. It was like skills, and then...
Well, maybe the fighting was dangerous.
They did what was the last one that they did? The freestyle. So they did that. I was like, this was not a bad time. And then after that, I came home. I was done. And then today, I took Riley to lunch, took her to the beach, and then I napped for 4 hours. Because I am not used to having that many activities in one fucking weekend. But that was my weekend, so this weekend probably gonna be boring as fuck. Which I don't mind.
Why you say boring?
Because the pendulum swinging to the left always equals to the pendulum swinging to the fucking right. My life don't work out that way. I'll have a great moment, then nothing. So we'll see. We'll see what this weekend entails, but that was not a bad start to my summer month. I really had a fun time. Pretty good fun times.
I gotta find where these monster cups. Cause I need to just show you where they were fighting.
That's what I thought it was. Like they just fought each other. They put on good shows though. But
no, they do good shows, but they also... No, I see. I went to some when I was younger, as a youth in California. And they did all the little races and jumping over the dunes and things like that, and the flat cars that they would drive over and shit like that. But then they definitely was like tiring each other and shit like that. It's like a little melee thingy. Yeah, it's interesting. I enjoyed it.
No, they definitely they antagonized each other. Like one of them had bull horns on the front, and he antagonized another truck, which I thought was pretty cool. But other than that, and it was so many more people than I thought. I didn't think that
that's a whole event.
That thing was popular.
It's culture. That's a whole culture.
I mean, it was grown ass men.
Yeah, that's why I said it's a whole culture. Like,
like, and you get them. You can tell, like, oh, you get people started early, and then they just be lifelong.
Yeah, this is what they do. Yeah, you watch big ass trucks go and crush other trucks and race, and then the drivers and all that. I don't even know who took me to that. It's probably my friend Garrett's dad or his stepdad.
Yeah.
Because he was kind of like white and hillbilly. Yeah.
That's exactly
what that
crowd
being kind of racist, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, they know how to have a good time because I definitely enjoyed myself. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it. I definitely enjoyed myself.
That's good.
Yeah, because when she said it, I'm like, yeah, that's even out of your scope. But Riley always kind of been a little, not tomboyish, but like her. I think the first thing I noticed that she was like, for Christmas, she wanted a fire truck. And they got her that big ass fire truck. She's always been kind of like, she said she wanted to ride ATVs. I'm like, I don't know what that is, how we're going to do that, but I will try to make this happen for you because I love the fact that you want to do this shit. She's a pretty...
You could get her a little ATV.
I could. Yeah.
Yeah. They do that in the South all the time.
Oh, okay.
My cousins have grown up riding ATVs. Like, that's they shit. That's what they do. Yeah, so there's smaller kid ATVs and things like that. So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
I guess it's also a Stardom Young thing.
Oh.
Yeah. It's very in down south, like mom and dad have one and the kids have theirs and they'll be going through trails and shit like that. And, it's a...
Yeah, no.
Because, you have a lot of land out there, so...
Right. So I don't know how I'm going to get this done for this kid, but we'll try to make something happen. But no, I'm glad she's a fun kid. At least like she like doing that stuff. It's interesting because it's stuff that I wanted to do, but they was always telling me no and everything. So I think I just gave up. My parents, but try to give her a shot at this. But yeah, that was my weekend.
Did I do anything else? Went to the gym.
I figured.
So where is that?
Did you get your thingy for the monthly month? Look at your face. Don't worry, we're gonna get back up there. Yeah. I'm not giving up on this one.
No, I just gotta get into a better
like a routine.
Exactly.
Okay.
With the variable hours, one thing that I've realized about myself, I like routines. I don't like other people to create a routine for me, but I like to set up like a personal routine and know like, all right, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna go do that, and like have my time planned out. And so this being so variable and then having to go at different times and then only having one day to do all the stuff I need to do because I'm only off that one time, and then I might be off not until another like 2 or 3 days, and it just don't always work out the way I needed to. So I'm just like, you don't let me build consistency on like I'm off every Wednesday, so I know that I can set up training where I can really go hard on Wednesdays or things like that. It's no consistency whatsoever. So I was like, all right, well, we're going to move into a space where we can get back to a little more semblance of normality. And so, yeah.
Yeah, mine was just getting caught up in too much of how I felt about everything. Like, I don't feel like blah, 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 blah. Or I could just not do this, right? And then everything will be okay. Or just being hard-headed towards myself and rebellious towards myself. The stupidest shit in the fucking world. Bitch, why are you rebelling against you? Fucking moron. That shit pisses me off about me. Why are you rebelling against you? Like, the outside world, we could probably get away with. Some things, yeah, some things don't. But you're rebelling against yourself, against the things that you want. And I get it. A lot of times it's just like your programming and, the shit that you tell yourself and your fears, blah, 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 blah. But once you start nailing and pinpointing shit down, you be like, all right, bitch, you have got to stop. Just stick with what you just said you're gonna do. It's okay. You're gonna lose out on something, but you're not really playing the long game, and that's a big issue that I have. Not really playing the long game because I'm worried about how I feel. That's not gonna get me very far.
No.
Mm-mm. Nope.
You won't get far.
No. And it's frustrating, but at least I guess I nailed it down.
Being accountable.
This is true. That's what accountability look like. I don't be knowing when, especially when them bitches be talking about it. I really don't know what accountability look like. Like, not to say I think that I'm an accountable person, but I'm probably not. I don't know. What? Huh?
I ain't say
that's not fair.
nothing. I didn't say nothing. And we ain't got cameras yet, so I ain't see nothing either. But I understand that you probably don't understand, like, have a full grasp of what accountability is. Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's just a you thing, though. And that's all I can say about that. It's probably a woman thing, but, you know. Yeah. That's what it really is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have
nothing.
No understanding of accountability. It's crazy as fuck.
It's a movie, As Good as It Gets, and Jack Nicholson, he an asshole and he got OCD, and but he write romance novels, so that's how he made his fortune. I forget exactly what the word said, and the girl meet him in the elevator. She's like, "Oh my God, I'm such a fan of your books. How do you write women so well?" He was like, he said something to the effect of, I take a man or whatever, something, and I take away accountability and something like a lack of reality or some shit like that. And her face just went gray. I'm like, okay, that's a good movie. If y'all want to see a good movie,
I'm just
that
saying,
is a very good one.
Because accountability is like, y'all do something, be wrong, come back, say I was wrong, but then give the reason why I was wrong. Mm-hmm. No, that's not accountability.
You said,
if you, let's say you made a statement about something and then you were wrong, and you came back and said I was wrong, but then you gave like your reason.
Oh, like an excuse.
Yes.
So you can't make an excuse. No. Oh, you just like, I was wrong.
I apologize. The end. It can't be like, but their reaction did the way they react, was that really warranted? That's you're moving away from accountability.
Oh.
Stay right where at the end. I was wrong. Done. Nope. No more. That's accountability. When you start going back outwards to what the other person did, we're going way past accountability again. And women really have a need to like justify their actions.
Right, because then we start talking about how we feel about why we made that thing.
Now you're no longer being accountable.
Oh, okay.
You're trying to excuse the thing with all of these justifications. No. Stop it, right? With I was wrong. Nope, yep. Cool. But that's... it's not a thing. I was on one of the podcasts I watched. Yeah. The chick was on there. She said that someone showed up to an event with like kind of like a semi-professional-esque party where like y'all are there to like do something and kind of perform, but not necessarily perform. It's like you're at a tournament, like you got a big like Magic tournament, like the card game, and you come there with like 2 giant dogs. That's the story she told about someone. The person that she was strong and wrong about said that she was wrong, and she doubled down and said she was right. Came back and was like, I was wrong. But do you really think that me saying that justified his reaction? Madam, we have left accountability.
Okay.
Just that quickly. You see how now you're talking about your feelings about what he did. That's not where we're at right now.
What? Okay.
I bet your ass was what? You know.
Because in my brain, I can see why, like, oh, she's explaining herself. But you're like, no, that needs to stop. The feeling, you explaining why you did that. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, just trying to excuse it. Why you did that don't matter. What happened. Sometimes we have to live in reality, and what happened is what happened.
Right.
Women want to live in their feelings, and what has happened is subject to how they felt. No, you can't do things to other people and be like, well, I felt all of these things. the fuck? What are we talking about?
Oh, I understand now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Just apologize and say I was wrong.
Yep.
And then stop.
Yep.
That's why y'all getting upset.
Yes.
I didn't understand.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, I don't know if I'm accountable. Why you can't even say it? Because, it's hard to... You can't see outside of yourself. You biased as fuck. So I'm like, I don't even know if I'm accountable. If they said we got an issue, maybe we do.
It's that. It's the explaining. It's trying to explain away y'all mistake.
Okay.
With y'all feelings. It's like, well, I felt all these things, and this is why the reasons why I made that. That don't matter. You were wrong. So since you were wrong, you should just apologize and be wrong. Women don't like that.
Oh.
Yeah, so.
No, I never thought of it that way.
Which is crazy as fuck to men.
Cause don't nobody make us do society really make us be accountable? Like the young lady was saying, she's just crazy, and then that's it. Do society really make us be accountable? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that balance? Is that really balanced for us?
Most women don't take this conversation as well as you did. So,
because I never knew what it looked like.
Sure, it might not be balanced, but you see how you're like, oh, maybe I don't know what accountability is. Most women just say that they are accountable and know what it is.
No, because ever since y'all started saying it, I'm like, maybe I don't know. Maybe y'all seen me do something and I don't know the behavior. I'm like, well, I would hope that if I do something wrong, I take responsibility for it. But that other part that you was talking about, was like, oh yeah, of course I've done that. But I didn't know.
Yeah, y'all generally...
No one told me, like, just say sorry and be done. You don't have to explain why you did something wrong or anything like that.
Yeah, because
you feel like you said so somebody can understand where you're coming from in your mistake. But you're like, no,
yeah, and
that
so that's,
doesn't make you
want
accountable.
them to sympathize with them.
It's like the sorry.
You want sympathy now.
Yeah, it's like the sorry without like, oh, I'm sorry, but it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No, I never knew that.
Yeah. Stop giving us this, I'm sorry, but... And then we'll be like, well, why men don't think we're accountable?
This is why I never knew.
But then if we say it, we get roasted and argued with, and so...
No, because it's just natural. Like, you just want to be like, hey, but no one ever explained, like, that's not an apology. It feels like an apology.
The shit was funny as fuck, because one of the guys on the show was like, I got a question. And she was like, what? She's like, so when are you going to apologize? And she was like, I didn't apologize. I did. She didn't know you didn't. What you did was say you're wrong and then start to ask us about his response. You didn't apologize. She said, oh, so I'm sorry. Yes.
That's it.
So what he did was, you disrespected him, so you can decide how they respond to disrespect. But what you did was wrong. The end. Yes. So, even in that situation, she was like, but I did it. No, you didn't, not once. Did you say, I apologize for this?
Wow.
Yeah.
No, I think, like...
Y'all say y'all are wrong and then explain away why y'all were wrong. I knew you were wrong, and I'm sure you had reasons why you were wrong. None of that is apologizing for this shit. And then y'all walking around all happy with yourself like you apologize. It's like, And now either I, as a man, gotta continue to be upset and frustrated and have this issue, or I just gotta say, you know what, and move on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
No one ever explained it to me like that before. Well, I've definitely done that. Oops.
Yeah. Oops. Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah.
Definitely.
See, this is why he told her to get out the car.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
This is why she did. This is why. See how she wasn't taking accountability?
How is she taking accountability? Explain.
She
Anyway,
didn't wanna
so what's the topic? The topic is this young. Damn, I hope I lost it. Can you explain? Because I don't know.
So we watched a video and read a post. The video is of a gentleman who took a lady out on
10 dates.
And is now frustrated that she doesn't seem to be moving closer to breaking any of the physical barriers. And so he's like, well, if we're not going that way, you got to get out.
She also, I think she got 2 kids.
She has 2 children.
Yes.
And he's like, I'm not playing that game. And regardless of how you feel about that, what I took from the video is the woman kept saying, you gonna make me walk home? You gonna make me walk home? Because I want to sleep with you? No, I want you to get out of my car. You got 2 kids. I've been putting in work. Yeah, and you're going to. Now it feels awkward, and so I just want you to leave. You gonna make me walk home? Madam, what I asked you to do is get out of my car. I didn't once say you have to walk home. There is Uber, Lyft,
my nigga,
and the other niggas that you were speaking to. And hopefully you got a good girlfriend that will come and swoop your ass up. But I didn't tell you to walk home. I told you to get out of my car. Mm-hmm. Those are wildly different things. We on different missions in life. Our paths are diverging. Expeditiously, rapidly.
That's what I'm calling it.
Our paths are diverging.
I can see it happen. Let's just start it now.
Yeah. Our paths are
focus
just
on that part.
Because it just made me so bad that she was just like, because she just kept saying, "You gonna make me walk home." Like it was like a made consistent point of hers that she was gonna have to walk home. And in my mind, I was like, "Damn, she ain't got no money for an Uber." If you really want to know the truth, she kept complaining about walking home. I kept thinking, damn, she can't afford an Uber. That's crazy. You shouldn't go nowhere where you can't afford to get yourself home.
Very true. Don't ever do that. Never.
I just don't think it's a wise
decision. Have money for bus fare somewhere tucked in your fucking pantyhose.
At the very least, do something else. You can't just be out here depending on other people to be kind and generous.
For sure.
If that's what you're doing, and then you're hoping to guilt them into like maintaining that when they've clearly expressed that this is a quid pro quo.
Right.
Now that the cards have been laid on the table, the choice is yours. You feel like 10 dates is not worth any of your body. That's respectable. You have your standard. I respect that. He wants you out of his car. I also respect that this is his vehicle and he don't want to be around you no more. You can't be mad. He ain't say, nah, you ain't leaving this car until you give me something.
That's a whole different story.
He ain't say, you gonna pay me back for all the dates that I took you on. Mm-hmm. He wasn't even calling you out your name. He said, get out of my car. Get out of my car. Exit my vehicle. Stage left. Please.
I won't sleep with you.
Yes. Why do you keep reiterating that point when we both know that the reason I want you to leave
is because
you won't give me the vagine. And since that's not on the menu,
you have to go.
I want you to leave. I think that's fair. And maybe if you were the driver or we were at his house, he would just leave. Because Because, all right, well. Or you could just drop him off and be like, you know what? You keep asking for it and I don't want to give it to you, so how about you find your way home? And then he would catch your Uber. I'm very big on agency. He seemed like he was big on agency. Get your ass out. Now, let me go to this post so y'all don't think that I'm sexist because it has nothing to do with men. There's these two people. Dude well off, he's dating this girl. He got the...
You want me to read it?
Nah, you can if you want to. I know it. Alright, so he got this chick riding the RTA. He drive him a new 2023 M Series Benz. He doing his little thing. He living. She a little, she baddie. But she on the baddie on the bus, That's how it be.
Yep.
That's how it be for real. But anyway, she always talking about how she want a car. So, for her birthday, he get her a little smugly.
What the fuck did you just call it?
Smugly. Motherfucking 2002. Yeah, that's what it is. 2002. Not a 2022, but a 2002 Altima 160. 160 on the dash. Mm-hmm. Not 160, but 160. So that's 160,000 miles. There you go. And so she broke up with the nigga. Said, "Oh, you gonna have me in some trash when you are in opulence and luxury? You cheap, and I have higher standards. I'm out." I'm 1,000% with that. She didn't stay with the nigga and keep complaining about, no, you gotta buy me a new car. She didn't try to force him into anything. She said, I'd like a vehicle for my birthday. He bought a piece of shit for her birthday. She said, if this is how you like to play, then go play by yourself. I'm leaving. It's not a weird reason to break up. You a goofy nigga for asking, bro. Whoever wrote the post, I'm like, oh, this weird reason that my homie got broke up with. No, it's not weird. Your nigga's a goof and a lame, and so are you.
Yeah.
That's why she left. That's also her agency. You niggas is weird. Everybody who trying to force somebody into like these situations that they don't want to be in, that's my issue. Old girl in the car wants him to continue in a situation that he no longer wants to be involved in. You gotta go. You want her to stay in a situation that she no longer wants to be involved in. She left. Y'all goofy. You a goofy nigga for having her riding on the bus when you got it like that and you got a 2023 Benz. You clearly not worried about it. You think that you got it so much, but you didn't. And now you upset. You a goofy.
Goofy as fuck, because you could say, for me, for the girl that with the car, what made you think that nigga would allow that? Like, if he allows you to drive that long, I'm assuming that he did some cheapo shit before and you've let this continue on. This was her final straw. We all know when a bitch leave, it's the final straw moment. He has been continuously cheap with her, and she didn't. It seemed like one of those things where, and I know somebody do this shit all the time, and I can't stand it. Say I want Breyers ice cream, and you go to the fucking dollar store and give me dollar store ice cream, and you don't know why I'm upset. I didn't ask for dollar store ice cream. I asked for Breyers ice cream. Don't try to lower my standard for you. Give me what I asked for.
Yeah, sir. That I don't like. I don't like that. Like, people will be like, "Oh, it's entitled." No, it's just a level of standard that I have. Like,
right, and respect my standard.
I don't really fuck with a whole lot of off-brand like foods.
Right.
Is just. Growing up, I've had name brand shit. I can taste the difference. I don't like the taste of the difference, and so I don't fuck with it. Mm-hmm. Very simple. You could call that bougie, but if you bring something in the house that I'm not fucking with, and I asked you to grab something,
you just wasted your money.
You did. Like, at the other spot, I was like, she would bring in shit all the time. Those juices, and I would be like, I only drink Simply Lemonade. You consistently bring in Tropicana lemonade. I don't drink it. You lucky I have friends that will. Mm-hmm. Or you would be wasting your money. because I'm just gonna let that shit sit there because I don't want this. This is not what I asked for. And if you don't know what you're getting or you don't want to give me the right thing, that's cool. Just say, hey, I'm not gonna get it, and I'll go get it myself.
Right.
But to be like, yeah, I'll grab that for you, and then bring me something that is not it, and then be like, well, why you don't want it?
It's not what I asked for.
What I asked you for is it, but it's just no, it's not the same thing. And so what I had a taste for and what you brought me are different. So now I still have to go get what I had a taste for.
Right. Same thing with that fucking car. He did some shit beforehand, and she just kept accepting it because I'm gonna assume that he at least got money to flaunt superficially. Because not, I guess we can all say in this scenario that he at least got enough, at least good credit and his shit together enough to get a Mercedes. Those cars you just don't walk into a lot like a buy here, pay here, and just drive off with. On the front end, it might seem like he got money, but then he might not really have any money. So I ain't gonna call the nigga cheap or anything or make him look stupid.
No, his friend said he was well off, financially well off. Your friend already told us you was a goofy.
But for her to stand there, that's not the first time he did that. Because niggas test you all the time. They gonna try to see how much they can get off and how little they can get away with. How much they can get away with.
I think people will test you.
Yeah. And that's not the first time I think that man did that to her. She just left. I think she was expecting something and then didn't get it. Because he probably like, well, just because I have money don't mean I'm about to be, as y'all like to say, tricking it off. I don't agree with that statement, but that's what niggas be saying. But anyway, no, I just I commend her for leaving, because you got a standard, boo. You got to stand up to your standards. You damn sure ain't got to stay for no nigga that's just not gonna live up to that. Ever, not ever, not ever. And if she was young, because I think in the post he was like, well, the reason I didn't invest too much in her because you're young. And I'm like,
no, she said she's a new driver.
I'm gonna assume that means young too.
No, I just assume that means she ain't never had a car before and she just been on a bus.
Because is the MTA in New York or Chicago? Whatever. Because that's kind of normal for niggas in New York to not be driving.
Yeah, so
niggas don't really be driving cars. So, all right, I'll give you that. But yeah, but back to the other story with the other dude. I think it's more. I think I brought that up more so the illusionary nature that. I guess it don't matter how many dates you go on, that some niggas just feel entitled to your pussy, or they'll try all that effort and then fail. It's like, why is that in your front of your mind, sir? Especially with dating. Like, I can see younger men being a little frustrated with that, but as you get older, if you still haven't learned the lesson, that just because you take a bitch out on a date does not equal her coochie. That's my whole thing. Why do they still feel entitled to that? If you're younger, I'll let that slide. You get a little older up there after, I don't know, whatever age, doesn't really matter. For the fact that he was really like arguing with her and going in is strange to me.
Well, back to your first statement. I think that it's people, men and women, that kind of do that. Like, it's not only like, I feel like women do it a lot more in like emotional ways, try to hamstring you and like hold you hostage in a situation, or like try and like make you wait for certain things in like emotional sense. And so I think that can be just as like controlling and toxic as men using their finances in the same way. So I think that both of those kind of wash out, or women emotionally investing in other people while they're supposed to be in a relationship is like emotional cheating. Like, I think it's a real thing. Which I know some people are just like, but no, if you're invested in someone, you're like sharing your energy, your mental space, and all those things. Like,
for sure,
that's a real like exchange. So I think that it's more just people are shitty, and if you allow people to be shitty, they will be, and you kind of have to figure out what your boundaries are. And move forward like the lady did in that one. But sometimes she could have been the one, and it could be a very easily been a situation where he up, but she emotionally like unavailable to him, and it's shitty too. So,
right.
I just don't think that is a specifically male thing there. But with dude like going in, I don't know. Like I said, he wasn't cussing her out, dogging her out, and like calling out her name. And I feel like if she had just got out the car, there'd have been less back and forth. She continued a lot of back and forth because she didn't want to exit the situation. It seemed like they had gotten to a point in the conversation where he said, I wanna fuck, and she was like, nah. And he was like, I didn't take you out 10 dates, and you not going. And she pulled her phone out and started recording the nigga, and he didn't change his stance. And then now she wanted to turn it into a thing, and so she kept talking about, you gonna make me walk with all this. You want this to be a performance, and so he started to act. You could have gotten out of the car. So I guess most of my thing is, I don't fault him for his behavior, because she could have exited. Now, if it ever seemed like there was like threatening and you're not able to like remove yourself from the situation, then that completely like removes any culpability from her, and then this nigga's crazy. But it didn't seem like that, at least from the video.
Right.
His entitlement or feeling entitled, I don't know. I feel two ways. You're never owed vagina. That's a fact. That's one. You're not entitled to it. Period. Now, second point. We grown.
You know why I'm here.
If not even that, you know why I'm here. If we're going to have a healthy, progressive relationship, the physical aspect is also extremely important. And if we don't like the way that we get down, that's going to leak into the rest of the relationship and lead to its detriment. So, us playing, well, let's hide this for 6 months, don't make no sense. That's also wasting time, madam. So, I feel like I'm wasting time. You feel like I wasted your time because I only want this. And we both feel like our time has been wasted. I don't think that you have to have sex with him. I also recognize that you're not entitled to sex. But I think that acting like an expectation for it to happen is so out of the ordinary is to deny the reality of what this relationship is supposedly headed towards. Like, unless we just never plan to consummate it and we just gonna be friends, because that's what that is. Like, if we're not gonna consummate the relationship in any real type of way, and we just kicking it and going out, and I take you out to eat and I drop you off. We had a buddy like that, and we told him that he should stop doing that. So can't co-sign her behavior. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, you like that quarter?
Anyway.
Oh, all right, that's fine.
No, I understand the man's frustration, but as soon as she started pulling on the phone, like, I 1000% agree. As soon as a nigga told me to get out the car, I'm getting out the car. I'm not about to talk to you about nothing. There's nothing else. So I say I'm not ready, and you just like, well, I don't think this is gonna work. Then yes, walk the fuck out the car. After that, there's nothing else really, because
y'all not on the same page.
Yeah, like, you're not gonna tell me don't let a nigga tell you he don't want you. Damn sure don't let him do it twice. Like, the first time he said, nah, this ain't gonna work, you fucking leave. Don't beg, don't argue your way. If a man say he don't want you, they real good at saying I don't want this, and they might be wrong in that moment. But if a man say he don't want you, It's not like with us where like we might feel some way. It might be I hate you in one moment, I love you the next. They don't operate like that. If a man tell you he don't want you, do not let him say it a second time. Don't argue down with him. Don't try to convince him why he should. None of that. Walk the fuck off, because it's only gonna be downhill from there. Believe you me. Don't ever try to convince a man that he should want you. Don't tell him, ugh. Don't do that. We're not out here doing that, ladies. Believe me, I've been there. Don't ever try to convince a man that he should want you. Ugh. Bye. But once the things start escalating, he should have just been like, I'm not fucking arguing with you. And the frustration, like I said, I understand his frustration. Like you said, he acted out. A lot of people don't got like enough emotional discipline and just be like, I don't know why the fuck you acting like this. I said get out of my car. But I digress.
Like I said, like once you put someone on camera,
yeah, like I totally understand.
You looking for the,
but I'm still not
the spectacle, and I'm not one that's gonna provide you the spectacle because that's just not who I am.
Yeah,
I'm not playing this game.
I said what I said, but everybody ain't like that.
But everybody ain't like that. Some people are like, oh, the camera's on. Well, let me turn up for the camera. So. Right. I don't know if you got what you wanted in that moment. Did you think you having the camera on was going to make him change his thing because he didn't want to be exposed? Because it didn't. It made him go harder. So it's like...
Yeah.
Did you really win? Sure, people might feel away. I think that if the entitlement to your vagina... No. There should be none of that.
I don't think he really felt entitled to his vagina because he'd probably been going way sooner. Because 10 dates is a long time, so I understand his frustration. Most niggas not going to really wait past maybe a month or so. I'm going to say most, but a lot of people ain't going to wait past a month for you to decide if you want to fuck them. So I will commend him for 10 dates taking her out. And if she still wasn't ready, that's her personal choice. But what we can't be doing is acting a fucking fool and then posting it. As soon as she pulled out the camera, I'd have been like, what the fuck you doing that for?
Yeah.
That's insane.
You know, that's wild.
Also, don't be arguing with bitches that you really don't want anymore. This is done. You're not getting any more emotional investment from me. Ugh.
I can't argue with you. That's
yeah, like, no, I don't want this no more. Clearly, you have something different, and this is it.
You got different goals.
Yeah. And the arguing fact, girl, you got to have a little bit more grace with that than these niggas. It'd have been, you're right, and walk away. I'm sometimes a little too good at walking away. Sometimes. Because as soon as somebody say, like, you have to leave now. Ain't no more discussion. Leave. No, don't look back. Run away. Run. Start galloping if you must. But do not sit there in that man's face and try to convince him why he should want you. And same goes for men to women. Don't ever do that. That's nasty. We don't do that here on Conscious Recon. I'll fucking kick a nigga in the face if you start trying to convince why you should be with somebody. What? What? Nah, let our homie try to do that. I'll be like, excuse me, sir. We need to have a talk, a serious one. I would never want to see y'all ever going down that road. Just walk away. You can feel how you want to feel in your bedroom, and we can talk about it. But don't you go groveling. Just let it be what it is. It's called grace. You don't have to be a woman to have that. It's just be done. Be like, all right. Because how would you feel if somebody said they just didn't want you? You'd be like, that's something you just got to take on the chin.
Yeah, see, no, that's the thing. Okay, so I was going to say, like, I thought you just meant, like, a woman going to a dude or a dude going to a chick. Mm-hmm. While they in another situation. Like, if our homie and old girl, like, if she was in another situation but was giving him energy, that I'd be completely fine with. That I wouldn't feel like him begging for anything. Because, like, all right, well, she's reciprocating. Or if it's the woman and she's dealing with a dude and he's in a situation, but, like, they reciprocating that energy, like they clearly like they fucking with each other. That I don't feel like is like the other way where you like got someone that's clearly said I don't fuck with you, and you over there like, but please, baby, please, baby, please. baby.
That's essentially what the fuck she was doing.
Yeah.
It didn't come off like.
Yeah, but that's
cute.
exactly what it was. It's like I wanted to be.
But if somebody you saying like, all right, the girl had another partner, but she was giving our homie play, then you're saying like,
That's
and
fine.
then him going to her like, but we should, but please come back. You're saying that's okay.
Like, yeah, our homie
Yeah.
talking to old girl, but old girl
But she
in a
got
situation.
somebody. She did whatever. And he's like, but you have to. Me and you should be a thing.
No, they just kicking it and talking.
No.
I wouldn't care. I that would be fine.
No. Why? I'm talking about asking, like, she'd be like, no, I don't really want you. But he hadn't told her that.
That's once the I don't really want you is there.
That's what I'm talking about. No,
Yeah,
if they
that's what I was
just
saying.
dilly-dallying, that's weird as fuck. Y'all can keep that bullshit.
I know how you feel about that. You hate SZA.
Cause she fuck.
Yeah, that's
When did SZA become the queen of the? She always queen of the. You know, I love SZA so much. I ain't gonna talk about my baby like that.
Don't do that.
We're not gonna do it
Anyway.
I love my baby.
All I know is, yeah, the dilly. That's what I was saying. The dilly
Yeah,
dally.
no, that
I would be fine with.
that's stupid
if he was doing that.
Yeah, that's whatever.
Yeah, but if you.
But as soon as she tells him, no,
you gotta go.
yeah, that's the stop.
Yeah, that's the stopping point.
Not. And then you still trying to convince somebody. That poor girl. I would never. I'm like, bitch, you acting out of here for what? For a man? You ain't even married.
You don't mind.
You don't even like him enough to fuck him after the first 5 dates, and you in this man's grill.
Yeah, upset.
Upset.
Talking about
But, yeah,
it's
like I
gonna
said,
happen, madam.
You gotta. Yeah, y'all playing a dangerous game. But at the same time, you know, it should be a good how to present yourself as a gentleman too. And it's not just overly trying. When I say gentleman, I'm not talking about pandering to women after they treat you like shit. That's not what I'm saying.
No, that's not being a gentleman.
Gentleman stops right there. Gentleman stops.
A gentleman would probably, you know, engage in what your interests are first. Figure out what you like to do. Try and do some things like that which make you feel comfortable, make you laugh, and then y'all are probably going to be physical because that's what you feel comfortable doing.
Right.
Not because he's like, Darren, girl, that puss. When you gonna let me have some?
The greatest niggas ever, they want it, don't get me wrong, but they know that's not at the forefront. They know, like, the situation, how you comfortable you make a bitch feel is how well she gonna put it on.
No, it is at the forefront. We just understand that it can't seem like it's at the forefront, or it won't be on our lap. The fuck? No, we're just intelligent enough. And that's the misconception about the men that are good at it and smart. It's not that they don't want it as much as the other niggas. We just recognize that the other way of doing it and being super thirsty and making you feel like the physical is the primary is incorrect. That makes you feel like an object. No one wants to be feel like that. But if we invest in what you want to do, and we can show that we're charming and funny,
right,
it's gonna take us a lot farther.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So
the best ones at the game, they know that one. That's how you know you're dealing with it. At least what's that one? Not beginner, intermediate. Now some advanced game. Have I seen advanced game? No, I ain't seen advanced game yet. I've seen intermediate game, some pretty good game, but I ain't seen advanced game yet.
what would you consider advanced game?
I don't know. Like when you probably don't see it coming, probably like advanced game would have to be like, for me anyway, advanced game would have to involve money, a good amount of money, because that's the part of the wooing, right? Like somebody just flying you out of nowhere, like, oh yeah, I'll take care of your kids and all that other shit. Like that would be for me, but that's because I be doing shit and I'm not, sitting around twiddling my fucking thumbs, and I study men, so I'm not easily impressed, or I know what's going on. But advanced game, yeah, you'd have to for real study me and be like, oh, I have to show you something new, basically. I guess that's all women. I don't know. But advanced game, I don't know. I ain't seen it yet. I guess it would have to be the game that's like, how did I get out of my panties? I said I'd do all these things, and now I'm not doing those things. Maybe? I don't know. Advanced game? I ain't seen it yet, but...
Okay.
I haven't seen it yet. I think that's fair to say.
I mean, I would know. So.
Me neither. Definitely some good intermediate game, though. Yeah, definitely some good intermediate game, though. Definitely. So, I remember the first time I recognized it, I said, oh, shit. I'll say this. No, this was a good one. This was a good one, and if you wasn't on your toes, you wouldn't be paying attention. This dude was like, yeah, you know, women are so much more smarter than men. No, you're not giving me that one today, nigga. If I wasn't on my toes, I'd have definitely been like, oh, yeah. I'm like, no, nigga, we all stupid. You got me with that one. He would have got me, he put on a voice, too. I'm just a stupid old man and said, no, the fuck you not. Chill the fuck out. I see you. No, we're not doing that. We're not doing that one. I'll say if I wasn't on my toes, that would have got me. He'd have damn sure got in my ego. I'm not impervious to anything. I'm just saying that.
I don't think I played the ego, really. Playing the ego, I don't think it's my thing.
No. No? No. Not really. Playing the ego's not your thing.
I like to talk shit. I like to talk shit. I'm quick with it. And I feel like frustration is a lot of what my thing is.
You like making somebody frustrated?
But like in a very specific way.
I bet.
Cause like, yeah, it's like you gotta be funny, but also an ass, and quick-witted and good at arguing. Because if you can compartmentalize all those, and then put it behind a good, like, quiet facade, don't be doing a whole lot of talking. And ba. Move back out. Leave. Get back in. Body blow. Out. Leave. No, it's a... Because I would make you laugh. I would talk shit. I'm going to make you like, ooh. And I'm just wander away. And you going to be like, that funny nigga frustrating. Oh, look at you thinking about me while I'm not here.
He's a fucking pro at a coquette. Look at y'all. Look at this coquettishness.
I am.
He's a pro at it.
Great coquette. I know what I am, and I lean all the way fuck into that.
I found out what I was, and I'm not saying what the fuck I am, because fuck that. I'll tell you one of them. I'm two. What is it? The Charmer. I ain't gonna tell you the first one. You don't need to know that.
That's fair. I could probably go back and read it and figure it out, but
the Charmer is my secondary one. But my primary one, I'm keeping that one to the chest.
I'm a giant coquette. That is, it's natural, and I didn't. Once I realized what it was, I said, "Oh, this is why I do it. Let's go and lean on in it."
When I read mine, I was like, nah, that ain't me. Then I kept reading. I was like, oh, this makes sense now. I understand why I'm seductive the way I am.
Nope, I read it and immediately understood. I said, you're a coquette, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's definitely intensity, then nothing. Then intensity, then nothing. I don't know what else to tell you. You just gotta, I think people just gotta be comfortable with like latching on during the nothing period. Just
That nothing period will get you.
Yes.
But I think when I was reading it the other day, he was saying like the reason why is because you feel like you're not. It's the need to want to prove yourself. Oh, you don't like me now? Well, let me do the thing so I can get your attention. If you have that insecurity, a coquette will eat your ass up. And if you don't, if you're just okay with the quiet period and being okay, you can defend yourself against that charm. But if not, then you're going to be on the roller coaster with them, and that might be something that you really enjoy.
Hey, if you're not, what you're going to do is pique our interest. And now we're going to come back and be much more intense. Mm-hmm. Now let's see. Or at least my coquettish tendencies, but that's also because I'm an Aries and I take things as a challenge. Like, Gotta rise.
I forgot what the charmer was. I think the charmer. Fuck, I forgot because I was so in depth with my first one that I was just like, oh. All right, I can leave. I do this naturally and never knew and understood until I started reading that shit. I said, oh, what the fuck?
There's another one that I felt like I identified with, but I can't remember what it is. So I'd have to, like I said, I have to go back and read the book again. I haven't read it in a while. And then I was just really focused on what my main one was. And I was like, all right, I know this. Yeah. I've learned this. Because what is that? That's Robert Greene, right?
Yep.
What's the book called? Laws
with the 48 Laws of Power?
No, that's not what that one is.
Oh, you're talking about that book, The Art of Seduction.
The Art of Seduction. I was reading that. I was reading Love Languages and the 4 Agreements, all like simultaneous. So I was like, well, done with this one, on to this. And so I was just like getting like the main things and top points that were like for me, and I should probably go back and like do some more like listening and gaining some more points. Especially, I really like the 4 Agreements. Yeah, that's probably one of my favorite books.
I think I started reading it and never finished it. Yeah,
it's a hard one.
Is it? It's so
if you're
small.
Not ready.
It's so small.
The 4 Agreements are things that you have to agree to for yourself. Mm-hmm. And it means that you're also agreeing to the fact that you have to have a certain level of accountability to the fact that your actions played a part in this, and that's why this fell apart, and that's why it's wrong, regardless of what anybody else did. Your actions. So it's very big on accountability. So I can understand why, like, if you're not ready and not like fully like, all right, let's get accountable, it's not the first read, because you know it's a heavy one. Then there's a 5th Agreement, which I haven't gotten to. Mm-hmm. I didn't really care about the 5th one, which I probably should go back and see what he has to say about it. And I think it was something like, I can't remember what it is, so don't make me make it up. But yeah, the first one is definitely like getting rid of like curses, and like if you told a story about like a mother telling her daughter out of frustration and anger because she was having one bad day to like be quiet and shut up and stop all that singing. Mm-hmm. And the daughter took that onto herself and as a curse basically, and just stopped singing because she felt like her voice wasn't beautiful. And so it just illustrated how you taking on somebody else's like frustrations or what they feel about you and internalizing that can only make you suffer. You allowing someone to dictate where you want to go, what you want to do. So it's also about choosing your own things, but also about like self accountability. So it's a really, I liked it. Like I said, like you said, it's small. It's not. No, it's not big. It ain't a heavy read. It's just a heavy read in terms of like if you really gonna do like the work with it.
Yeah, I guess when I picked it up, because I was already kind of like into spirituality, I was just like, I don't need this, but I probably shouldn't say that. I'll give it a shot. But I like the fifth agreement because I never heard that there was a fifth agreement. And somebody just put it in a summary. The fifth agreement is be skeptical, but learn to listen.
Yes.
Don't believe yourself or anybody else unconditionally. Use the power of doubt to question everything you hear. Is it really the truth? Listen to the intent behind the words and you will understand the real message. This is a really good one because I was telling you about accountability. Like, once you delve deep into spirituality, I think that just naturally kind of comes. You be like, don't believe shit you got to say, because especially now it's hard to discern what's your fear talking versus what's really going to get you to the next level. And I've been dealing a lot with that. I think from probably the closer to the end of 22 to now is thinking about what lies are you telling yourself. You know, what's that voice that's continuously in your head? Which one are you gonna keep following? Because it's getting to the point where now you're starting to see, all right, things are starting to slow down. Inevitably anything gonna slow down, but which voice are you really listening to more than the other voice? And that's something that I've been struggling with, because it's hard to discern between the two. When now they talk about this in mythology with Set and Heru, how they always fighting. You got your old self and you got the other self that's continuously fighting. And the more you get into it, the more both of those voices get louder, and it's gonna be pulling you in just two different directions, because the old self is struggling to stay alive and the new self need to be birthed and moved in a new direction. So this is how I learned, at least with this one, at least maybe this is a lesson I'm going through now, is learning the discernment between those two voices. And it's not as easy as you think.
Well, maybe it is.
Yeah.
I didn't say read the fourth and the fifth. So. Don Miguel Ruiz and Joy.
But, you know, listening, being skeptical of your own voice when it's the only one that you only heard, for me, it's a challenge. It's been a challenge, because that's what they teach you about, right? Your ego, blah, 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 blah. That's the voice that's going to always fight to straighten her off. And the thing is about your ego, it'll tell you anything that you want to fucking hear to be at the forefront. And that's not a battle that's just the easiest to fight. It'll tell you any fucking thing, and you have to learn how to be decisive against that voice. And that's why I like the fifth agreement, because you got to internalize that shit on yourself.
Let me go.
Which is why I think Charles be a little bit frustrated with me, because sometimes I'd be like, well, you never know.
So
and he'd be so mad at me.
I'll tell you the 4 agreements. Okay. The first agreement is to be impeccable with your word. Talks about the power of words, gossiping, things like that. The second agreement is don't take anything personally. The third agreement is don't make assumptions. And the fourth is always do your best. It's very simple. But like when he gets into them, like say only what you mean, speak with integrity, stop your internal negative self-talk, I am stupid, refrain from gossiping. Gossiping doesn't do anything productive, and the negative self-talk is a huge killer for like forward progress. But yeah, no, so I like it. It's like I said, it's a lot of, you have to be accountable for you and how you feel. If you allow other people's words and actions to make you internalize them and take them personally, then now you're living in a hell that somebody else has created. Or when someone tells you that you're not good enough. That was really big when like how I'd always be talking about how me and her would get into it about like, what am I doing? What are my goals? And what are you focused on? It's like, I got this and let me do my shit. And it's just like, if I allow you to like me to internalize that and like put what you feel onto me, then I'm gonna be doing things that you think are right, and I'm gonna be uncomfortable. I'm gonna be unhappy, but you gonna be satisfied. I put myself in that hell because I took it personally, and so those are no. This is you. You don't understand. That's why it's always, all right. You have a misconception. You're not getting it. You can't see the bigger picture. Because if I take what you're doing and how you feel personally, that is only gonna make me negative and affect me in a worse way. So yeah, no, I really enjoy the book. Definitely helped navigate some things.
For sure, that's a pretty popular book in the spirituality, self-help space. Definitely, like every time I go to my little nook inside my bookstore, it's like 15 of them because it's so popular.
That's crazy. You know, that I've heard about the Fifth Agreement. I know it was newer. I just, once I got to 4 and I really was like, all right, I got this, I like this, I just never went to the Fifth Agreement, which I probably should. Like you, how you were just dismissive with it. They're just like, I got it. Where it's like, maybe I should actually give it a chance.
Right, because you don't never want to get to the place where, that's like the worst place to be in, is to think that you know it all. Don't ever get in that space. Yeah. That's death. That's death. Yeah. There's no transformation going on, or would you just be like, well, and like I said, it still happens, but if you can recognize it, it's better the sooner than later. When you get in, I think I know, that shit will fuck you up and kill you. Don't do that. Just be like, well, maybe I don't know, and it's okay to say I don't know. Yeah, just say I don't know, and just be okay with the I don't know-ness, because you in the sweet spot when he said you don't know. The unknown, that's that shit right there. But it's hard to get in that space. That is really hard. Because like I said, I don't think I'm in that space where I'm in the known anymore. Like for real. Like really committing to the unknown. Somebody said that entrepreneurs and rich people get rich because they trust themselves. They got really good intuition. They got ADHD. They got all that shit that y'all complain about. But they learn how to conquer themselves.
That's what I'm going to have to get into. Mm-hmm. This getting more into the unknown. Like, I think I allowed a couple of just specific decisions, like put me in a space where I'm a little more trepidatious, and that's not who I naturally am. Mm-hmm. And so I need to get back to like just being more like comfortable with risk, and like fuck it, we're just gonna figure it out, and like actually getting to the figuring it out portion instead of like going down beaten paths already. So yeah,
for sure, mine's is definitely like we like I like the we part. And I do this consistently with everything across the board. No, we not gonna worry about any of that other hearts. Just we, girl. Just we having fun, ain't we? We not thinking about nothing that we need to. Just we it out.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
No fucking, just go. We should do it. Yeah, let's do it. I get hella excitable and then I'm gone. But then not thinking about, well, you should probably like, bring a pack of clothes or something on your adventure. Maybe wash your clothes. Maybe you should have brought a carry-on. Oh, I don't want to think about that now. I'll just buy some clothes when I get there. Bitch. Fucking Jesus Christ. No, it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no, so I just got to get back into my execution.
It's fine.
I'm having ideas. It's just my lack of like follow through is something I want to do. But I also want to really like narrow down what is it that I really want to be like getting into. And so I know that by the end of this month, I want all the things that I told you that I want us to start doing, and hopefully have those 2 episodes done. Mm-hmm. And I want to really get into that by the end of this month. So.
Yeah.
And the stuff with Charles too, and we just gave one of the guys $1,000 for consulting for the upfront part. Mm-hmm. And so we're about to start really getting into like getting the studio shit together. So it's if we about to be spending all this money and shit like that, I can't keep doing that and being lazy. That don't make no sense.
No, not at all.
Because I got this money just be thrown away. So yeah, just trying to be more engaged.
Mm-hmm.
That was weird. Someone just blowing their horn. They better chill out.
This nigga stay ready.
But I don't have anything else. We made it to 1 hour and 10. That's crazy. Look at that. I didn't think we was going to. You know how tired I was when I walked in the house?
Yeah, I could tell. I thought you was gonna have a shitty ass fucking attitude. I know when you had the shitty attitude days, and today I thought it was gonna be one of them. I'm like, here we go. Just make it so we get upstairs. Just don't fucking say anything, and just wait till you get upstairs. He'll turn it off. You can go home after that. It's all right, cool. I can do this. I'm a warrior of you.
And it was a good day.
I'm like, ah, shit, he got an attitude today. Fuck. All right, just
I didn't even have an attitude.
You didn't.
Exactly. Look at you being wrong.
I was right.
You weren't right.
I was fucking right for 5 minutes. Oh my god, shit, wait. You turned it around. Is it alright?
It was definitely good that it started off like not a whole lot of talking. Cause I was like, I gotta put that right now. I want to make this burger and let this dog out. And then I saw my dog having a standoff with an animal in the backyard, and that was a thing. It's all right. Well,
so I was right, but you just turned it around. I know. I've been around you enough.
I was tired. Tony was tired when he walked through the door.
When you tired, you are not the happiest of campers. You're not even killed. You're not just normal. Oh, grab my bong, light it up, talk some shit, play some music. I'm used to that. But as soon as you just look back at me, I was like, ah, shit.
And once I'm tired, it is pretty just, hey, shut up. Everybody. Just stop talking.
No, tired, Tony? Oh, my God. If it's a different kind of tired, though.
It's exhausted, Tony. Once I'm like, all right, I've had a long day.
Yeah.
And I would like for no one to make it longer.
It's a look in your eye and it's a cadence like in your voice. It's so fucking sharp. Oh my God. I'd be like, here we go. I'm just going to shut up. I'm not going to say nothing to you. Say something to me.
And that was great. I got food. I let my dog out. We talked about that.
Yeah.
We played the Hillbillies, which makes me really happy. Jid had to shut the fuck up. That was also when I walked in. That annoyed me. I was like, "Why is Jid on the screen? She put this on."
No, I didn't.
I blamed you for it. In my mind, I blamed you for it.
I came in. This nigga was on the NPR with the Earth Gang, and I was like, I guess.
So what the fuck is this?
Because if I touch it, you're gonna be annoyed. If I pause it, you're gonna be annoyed. I said, just let it play and go on my phone.
See, I thought you touched it.
No, I did not.
Annoyed.
It just start playing.
I didn't want to.
I don't even like that nigga like that.
I didn't even want, but I didn't want to come out like hostile or nothing. So I just didn't say nothing. So this nigga's like, here. Well, I would make this burger, and when I get in there, he gotta go. I will listen to Hillbillies because that's what I want to hear.
No, I did not touch your TV. It was literally on. He was just on there with Earth Gang. It was on the NPR thing. And it's like, I guess Tony just was listening to this. I thought it was autoplay.
Nope. It probably did end up just playing, but I was listening to K&A. K Trinata.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't touch your TV.
Yeah,
I try not to touch it. It's very rare that I touch that damn
thing. You
can
turn something on.
But that
as long as you're okay with, I'm going to probably change it when I come.
Yeah.
Now, if you don't want me to change what you're watching, I don't watch it on your phone.
Okay.
Unless you're here just to hang out, then we could just watch whatever. Mm-hmm. But on the show day, there's a certain cadence and routine that I go through.
Yeah, I know. And I don't touch it usually. I said I don't touch it. I damn sure didn't touch it today.
Charles don't be touching it either. It'd be great. So
as soon as you walk through, because
I walked through, I was immediately annoyed that Jim was on.
As soon as you hear that change, you be in the bathroom. Hey, who turned our song? You be like, oh, don't fucking touch it. But that's when I learned we don't touch it unless you just tell them hey, can we listen to this? But no, I didn't touch it today. And as soon as you was like, he was on fucking 2-word mode, I said, all right, we can get through this.
Yeah, I was tired. I was hungry.
We can get through this. I know we can.
Kite was being stupid. Yeah. I had to go make this run, and then anytime I leave this nigga in the car, he wants to bark as loud as he can, like he's being abandoned. Bruh, shut up. As soon as I get back to the car, because as soon as he sees me, he just started making a dumb face. You coming back? Yeah, you dumbass. Like I do every fucking time.
I didn't know that huskies were actually hard to raise. Somebody was like, they kept, I was talking to this girl. I was like, yeah, dude, I want a Shiba Inu or a husky. She was like, oh my God, those are most stubborn. And then it clicked on me like, oh, that's he's the way he is. I didn't know that. I thought it was just a dog.
One of the harder breeds to raise, yes.
Yeah, no, I just thought it was a dog. No. I thought he was just a dog. And the howling and everything, like, it never clicked for me. So I did not know.
This nigga is a whole fucking mess.
I did not know that.
Whole mess. Big ass baby. Big ass giant baby. Yep. But yeah, no, so I was frustrated because he was doing a lot. I got back, I was starving. So I said, all right, I need to eat. I'm going to drink me some juice. I'm going to weigh this weed up. If this weed don't weigh the amount that it's supposed to weigh, I ain't sending them all the money. Because you're going to be fucked up. Because I'm already irritated, so everything had to be on point. Everything was on point. I said, bet. I sent him what he needed. Continued to do my thing. Realized that my bidion was upstairs, which is a big reason why I said, all right, Hillbillies is over. Let's go upstairs now. And then once I had my Hillbillies though, and then I did the K&A, I was happy. But it was mostly the Hillbillies because I really didn't like that. And then I think we played it twice because that beat just provides like good energy and happy.
Absolutely.
Yep.
I'm gonna give you your flowers actually while we're on the air. I was thinking about this the other day. I think about motherfuckers that just don't know how to shut up. And you one of those people that like being quiet, and I really appreciate that about you, because me and you could just be quiet for a while and I just appreciate it so fucking much. Everybody just be talking and you be like, but why can't we just be quiet? And you wanna like Riley do it, she'll be quiet. I'd be like, oh, thank God, I ain't gotta fucking say
only child thing. We're used to being alone and like being in our thoughts. So like and they don't always need to be said. These are my thoughts. I'm just gonna keep them in my head.
Oh my God.
Or I'm in here lost. People at work be like, why are you making that face? Because sometimes I'll just, my face goes blank, but what happens is my whole consciousness is now receded inside. I'm no longer, I'm thinking.
I'm no longer external.
I'm no longer. Like, sometimes you'll just be there and your just whole face will go blank. And we don't know what you're thinking. We know you're thinking, we have no idea what's going on. Why are you making that face? I said, because I'm no longer, I'm pondering everything that's happening right now and I need to figure it out. So, but I also need to be in here because if I'm outward and y'all see it, it won't be good. Because if you can see what I'm thinking, you might not be so happy.
No, nigga, that fucking silent shit is a blessing. I'm gonna tell Tony next time I see you. Thank you for shutting the fuck up.
Oh yeah, no.
Fuck. God damn.
I appreciate it because I routinely work with motherfuckers that want to talk.
Like, why does that bitch come out your face right now?
Like, I hate superfluous conversation and people like it for some reason. Like, they just be, I think people don't have a lot going on and so they just be like filling the space up with like noise, and I just be like, shut the fuck up. But you can't say that, and so you just be trapped and shit. But I be like, and then I be like wandering, I be just like trying to segue off because like I'm bad at like ending these conversations and be like, I want to talk to you.
Bruh, it's just, silence is just, oh my God, it's just so beautiful. And some people just can't enjoy it. Like, why do you have to say something now? You don't have to say anything. We could just be here. And I realize how rare that is, that people just won't shut the fuck up. It's a very rare thing, and I thank you for affording that to me.
Thank you. But other than that, I appreciate you listening to the show. Y'all have been so amazing.
So amazing.
Like, subscribe, share, do all the God damn it.
Do it all.
Like
do it all.
James
like
Brown said. Yeah.